Welcome. I hope your belief in the law of attraction is growing, and today I want to talk about the I remember when technique. Using this method can literally 10x your success rate with visualizing. The I remember when technique is a visualization technique that you should try, and it's similar to the eavesdropping technique in a way because it's a structured method of visualization. I'll leave a link to the eavesdropping technique video below if you haven't seen that video yet. I know you'll find it pretty helpful as well. And these techniques really work, so please, if you found them helpful, like and share the videos if you've enjoyed them. And I thank you all in advance for watching. I truly enjoy sharing what has helped me, and commenting, liking, and subscribing is a nice free way to show your support of the channel. With that out of the way, the I remember when technique, I call it a structured visualization method. And what I mean by that is that you are given a situation, like a blueprint, that you can apply to any desire and, in a sense, customize and visualize a scene without worrying if you're doing it wrong. Again, this is incredibly easy to apply to anything you want to manifest, because it takes half of the creative imagining out of your scene. And this is helpful if you have trouble visualizing. It can make it really easy to create something that you will use and have great results with. But even if you don't necessarily have issues visualizing and consider yourself to be really comfortable with visualization, creating a scene in your mind, looping it over and over, I know you're going to find this technique to be useful as well, because you can start to create a scene that is similar to one that you're already doing, but it invokes other emotions when you tweak it a little bit, and it gets you to the state of believing and feeling comfortable faster than what you may have done previously. I know I have periods where my visualizations are really strong, and then times when a method like this gives me a boost to create a really powerful and transformative scene, when I'm trying to manifest whatever I need to. It really depends on what I'm working on, and you will likely find this to be true. Some things will be easier to imagine than others, and that's normal. So what I mean is, let's say you're trying to manifest something, for instance, a dream home, and you have been doing your visualizations the traditional way, using SATs, state akin to sleep, by creating a scene and thinking from the end. That is a scene in your mind from the position of you having realized that goal or dream. So let's say you've already been doing that. There is nothing wrong with adding another scene that implies the same thing, but using the I remember when scenario. So going back to the example of a dream home, you can now visualize another short scene, maybe 10 seconds or so, where you're saying, I remember when I used to live in the old apartment or house. You can say this to yourself, or you can be saying it to someone, so it would sound like this. I remember when we used to live in the old apartment. And of course you would see that person's reaction, and maybe even hear their response in your scene, in your mind. That is the I remember when technique. You are remembering your current circumstance from the position of your wish fulfilled, basically from the end. That is from the point of view of having what you are trying to manifest. So you can create a new scene, or just, lightly tweak a visualization that you've already been doing. So what that would look like is, let's say you are visualizing yourself driving that new car that you want. All you would need to do to apply this method is visualize that you are talking to someone, maybe someone in the passenger seat or on the phone, of course, a hands-free Bluetooth speaker, whatever it is to make it realistic. And now, instead of just driving the car, you're going to be saying, I remember when I used to drive my old Honda with the check engine light that would never turn off. Make it personal, personalize it, make it feel real. And so what you're basically doing is looking back from the state of the wish fulfilled. And this is a really powerful visualization technique, especially if you can look back with gratitude and smile, because your gratitude of your current circumstances will decrease the anxiety. You're looking back fondly on the times that got you to where you are in your visualization. And of course, if you can actually be grateful outside of the visualization, then you've really 10x the power of this technique because you're truly living in the end. So to recap the steps, step 1, create a scene from the end where you are saying, I remember when, and you are remembering most likely your current circumstance. Step 2, this scene should be short and enjoyable, around 10 seconds or so. I wouldn't make it too long, just like sats. You want to be able to loop this comfortably over and over again. So there's no set time. You just want to be comfortable and keep it fairly short. Step 3, again, loop that scene as many times as you can. If you do this before bed, maybe loop it until you fall asleep if you can. But if you're doing it during the day, you can set a time, right? So you can say, I'm going to do this for 5 or 10 minutes and just keep looping that scene. Step 4, remember to be in a relaxed state as much as possible. You can still be awake and doing things while you're visualizing, I guess, but I suggest making a time to, setting a time aside to just stop, close your eyes, and enjoy playing this scene over and over in your mind. So if you take one thing away from this, although the visualization technique is structured, it should not be rigid. So the idea is to just enjoy it, chill out, and make it feel natural. Remember that feeling is the secret. So this scene is helping you know that it is done, that it is coming to you. And when you look back and say, I remember when, the goal is to feel like it is already done, to live from the end. Neville Goddard had said, think from it, not of it. And this is why this technique is really useful, because it makes that so easy. So try for yourself. I know you will find it helpful, and let me know how you felt in the comments, and share this video if you feel inclined. I hope this helps. Thanks for listening.